In this video, I'll be bringing you along to my journey of building the most difficult habit. So I want to build a habit of working out consistently. It's the most difficult one for me, especially the starting to work out part. Because once you start, it's easy to, and then just do it. But starting, no, that's the hard part. And it's funny because it never used to be like this before I came to university in Canada. In Turkey, I would almost go every day and on the weekends with my family. I think that's because the gym was such a luxurious gym. They had classes almost every hour, and the gym was so big you didn't have to wait in line. There was no weird people disturbing you. Everybody was respectful. There was a pool, there was a sauna, it was just a luxury, you know, and you wanted to be there. And there was a community and people knew each other because you went there so often with all the people. It's a community. So I lost that when I moved to Canada, and I haven't been working out. And I shouldn't be feeling guilty, of course, but you know, it's society pressured, I guess. Anyway, I decided to take control of my life again and remember the enjoyment of working out again and implement that in my life because I am not getting younger. I read this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, and he gives out a habit cheat sheet. You can definitely find it online. You might need to enter your email, but it's totally free aside from that. So get that, print it out, and come back. So I'm just going to go over the checklist and try to implement this new good habit into my life. But before starting that, I want to get into it with a right mindset. So I wrote things that I'm grateful for, which I suggest you to do as well. The things I wrote are: I'm grateful that I'm able to run and move. I'm grateful for having a roof over my head and a comfortable, big enough space to work out in. I'm grateful to have clean water to replenish myself and shower afterwards. I'm grateful for my privilege to access internet for endless free workout videos. So I think it's good for me to remind myself that I have so much opportunity, so much privilege, and so much resources literally at my fingertips, that just putting it on a sticky note and putting it on my door to remind myself every day. So I kind of feel bad, I feel bad complaining about not working out. You know, there's no excuses, but we are all full of them, aren't we? Anyway, let's get into it. In this book, there are 4 sections in building a good habit. The first section is called Make It Obvious. And to make it obvious, you have to know what kind of habits you have throughout the day. And James Clear suggests making a habit scorecard where you type in all the habits you do throughout the day, keep track of it, like you woke up and then what did you do? Bathroom, brush your teeth, work out. You just have to type it all in, and then since it's a scorecard, you have to rate it by giving it a, is this habit negative or is this habit positive or neutral? So you just have to rate them negative, positive, or neutral. Another way to make it obvious is to set intentions that you will do this habit into your calendar. Set a time and location. So for me, it will be, I will work out right before I shower or wash my face in my room. Another method he shares is habit stacking. So you take a current habit that you already do every day and put the new habit right before or right after. So you kind of stack it together. So for me, it's just right before I shower or right before I wash my face. I have to work out or I cannot wash my face or take a shower. And And to make it obvious, of course, for me it will be laying out my mat, putting my dumbbells, have my computer set up with a workout video ready to press play, and just music, whatever necessary, and workout clothes just has to be laid out. And when I come into the room, I see it, or wake up, I just see it, and I know, my brain knows, the cue goes workout. So that's the way I will try to make it obvious. But then that also is another habit that I have to start implementing to set it all up the day before. Just like everything is habits, isn't it? Our life. The next section is make it attractive. James Clear suggests doing this by pairing an action you need to do with an action you want to do. So for me, it will be washing my face. Skincare is something I want to do. It brings me joy. And I won't be able to do that if I don't do what I need to do, which is working out. So those pair really well for me. He mentions another way to make a habit attractive is to join a community where this habit is already done as a norm. So when you join, you don't want to be left behind, and gives you more motivation, which makes it more attractive for you to actually do these habits. So for me, I want to find a gym, a luxury gym in Canada, to get into that mindset of having a community where we all support each other and just work out, and it's the normal thing to meet there every day. Yeah, of course that's going to happen after the panini, so I don't have to deal with the stress of the gyms closing and opening every 2 months, and I will get to save money until then, because apparently one of the luxury gyms I really want to go to is like $200 a month. Is it worth it? I think so. I don't know, but I think so. The last way to make a habit attractive is to do something super enjoyable right before the habit. And for me, it took me so long to find the super enjoyable thing to do right before working out. And for me, it would be playing K-pop full blast right before I start working out, so I set the mood, get my energy up, and like maybe dance a little bit, warm up. Yeah, I think it's going to work. I have a very strong feeling. The third section is make it easy. The point of building a good habit is to be able to do that action regularly, consistently. And James Clear mentions that starting the action is more important than finishing the action. It was my biggest takeaway from the book. He also suggests that the habit only lasts 2 minutes, no more. So I will be working out for only 2 minutes every day to build this habit of starting to work out every day. As long as I can decide to start and do it for 2 minutes, then it's going to become a habit, and I won't have to think of deciding to start. I will just be starting on my own without me realizing it. That's where I want to get to. And for I guess a week or two, I will just be doing 2-minute long workouts every day before I wash my face or take a shower. It feels like I'm cheating. Just 2 minutes working out. I tried to do it today for 2 minutes, and I barely did my arm warm-ups and the time was up. It kind of pisses me off a little bit because I just started working out and it takes a while for me to start working out, and I just started it. Why am I stopping in 2 minutes? Let me just do it, right? But let's just follow James Clear. I'm counting on you. Fourth section is make it satisfying. He says to give yourself an immediate reward after you're done your habit. And for me, I really wanted to go towards food, but it would be very, wouldn't work out. Thing is, skincare is something I enjoy, right? So that would be a sort of a reward for me, I would say, right after working out. I love being clean. I think clean is the attractive thing ever. Not the society's standard of beauty or prettiness, the nose or the eyes or the color of the hair, but just the clean. If you're not clean, no matter how handsome you are gross, disgusting, and ugly to me. I think that's the same for everyone. If you're not clean, then you're not attractive. It's just so hard to wash your hands. Okay, that was a rant. Another way to make your habit satisfying is to keep track of it. So every time you're done your habit, you completed it, you either do a check mark or have a calendar where you can scratch off the day that you completed it, which makes it visually satisfying to see that you are progressing and you feel good about yourself, apparently. So for me, I have a planner. It's one of my favorite things that I own, and this already has a habit tracking system integrated into the design of the planner, which I use quite often, and it's actually very satisfying to see all of those bubbles filled up. So I'll be doing this every day. The most important thing James Clear mentions is that never break the chain. So if you miss it one day, then you have to do it the next day, because I might be coding it very wrong, but if you miss it once, it's an accident. If you miss it twice, then that's a habit. Or something along the line. I just can't find the page right now, so sorry. That's it for the video. I'll be updating you all how this goes. Hopefully you will see me working out every day for at least 30 minutes, whatever it is. And I hope you get to build a new habit as well. It will be nice if we can start this together and see where we are at in the future. See you around.